Lawyer Tony Buzbee says more celebs will be sued along with Diddy, and demand letters have been sent out. Now, this is a TMZ report on the whole situation. Big celebrities on the level of Diddy are going to be sued for allegedly helping him carry out and cover up sexual assaults unless they settle out of court first, so says attorney Tony Buzbee. The Houston-based attorney joined us Monday on TMZ Live. This is not TMZ Live, but when asked what we should expect from his forthcoming lawsuits against Diddy, specifically if other major celebs would be named as defendants as well. Buzbee says a bunch of famous people everyone has heard of are going to be sued by his law firm in the coming weeks. And he's already sent out demand letters giving these celebs a chance to pony up a lot of money to settle and avoid a public lawsuit. And get this, Buzbee says some celebrities have already settled. The way Buzbee sees this case, anyone involved with Diddy alleged sexual assaults should be on the hook here, and that includes folks who participated in the assaults, helped them happen, went to parties where they knew people were being drugged and assaulted, saw crimes being committed and remained silent, or helped cover up the assaults. We asked Buzbee straight up if these upcoming lawsuits are just about people trying to cash in by claiming to be one of Diddy's alleged victims. And he says his firm is doing a lot of due diligence to weed out folks looking to hop on the gravy train. Buzbee is representing 120 victims, but he says his firm fielded a few thousand calls from people claiming they were victimized by Diddy. I actually saw a report recently that said it was somewhere upwards of 12,000, allegedly. I got to re-find that story if I can. The first lawsuit, Buzbee says, will be filed this week, but they won't involve celebs. Instead, they will name corporate entities who helped facilitate Diddy's alleged crimes, and the celebrity defendants will come later. He also claimed Diddy sexually abused a 9-year-old boy. If you want to see the full interview with Buzbee, you can check it out at TMZ Live. All right. We haven't talked about Diddy in a minute because I haven't been around for over a week. I do apologize about that. I stand by what I said. He's a sick son of a bitch. And seeing a lot of these interviews and the stuff that's alluded to, and really how it felt like an open secret in Hollywood of like, watch yourself around Diddy. You watch behavior of like, I mentioned this before. There's a video of Tracy Ellis Ross. They're on like a live or something, and they're like shooting to life, taking shots and to life and all that. And she is either like kind of putting it to her lips, or she's kind of pulling it off to the side when Diddy isn't paying attention. And that feels like she kind of knows what's going on. And I'm not saying that she witnessed anything. I'm not coming for Auntie Tracy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it sounds like Hollywood knew that he is not a good dude. That's what it sounds like. And what I'm very fascinated with is to see, we'll never know of the settled, most likely, because that was kind of the whole point, is if the celebs settle beforehand, then they will probably not be named. But I'm very curious those that don't, and see what happens with this whole thing. I said this before, this feels very, Diddy essentially is Black Epstein at this point, based off of how this is being treated and what lists and corporate entities are going to ultimately come out. And I'm curious to see if it ever comes out. I'm just saying, I genuinely hope they're keeping an eye on him in prison right now, in jail, and, making sure ain't nothing going down, because, I'm sure there's some people that don't want him to be speaking on nothing. All that being said, man, I know that this idea of maybe Buzbee trying to do it, and it feels like every time there is some sort of assault case, he kind of pops up out of nowhere, because he also represented, for those that don't know, a number of women that had claims and lawsuits against Deshaun Watson, the former Texans quarterback who now plays for the Cleveland Browns, very shittily, mind you. I got to say, that's one of the most satisfying karmic things to happen, is to see how bad he is at football at this particular point. But I got to believe, after everything that's come through with the feds, after everything that's kind of snowballed out of this entire situation, that Buzbee's actually got some legitimate stuff here, and he's doing is good. Like, especially from the standpoint, I'm not saying that there aren't ambulance chasers. I'm not saying that people won't jump on that situation to try and make a buck as a lawyer and go very Better Call Saul about it. But I think if you even want to win it anyway, the last thing you can do is have any of these any sort of shams or half truths or anything like that to ever win any of these lawsuits. You could end up blowing them all up in that case if you bring on the wrong people. So I think that we're looking at some pretty legitimate stuff here, and I think that Diddy is screwed, and I'm very curious to see which of the celebs step up and own up, and which ones, like, pay silently. I mean, I guess we'll never know. But let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think down in the comments. It blows my mind that there's definitely some people like, hey, everybody had these kind of things. I don't know the number of rappers that have told on themselves in the last 2 weeks, like, Boosie, and a number of people being like, everybody used to have these parties, man. They coming for Diddy, they coming for me, they coming. Like, I'm like, you you might want to shut the fuck up forever before you tell on yourself. But anyway, man, again, let me know what you think down in the comments.